Thank you so much for tuning in today to the iNaturalBody channel. If you are interested in soap making, there's so many different types of molds that you can use that are out there to make cold processed, glycerin, hot processed soap making. It's very easy to get into the soap making business, and I'd like to share with you some tips and tricks. Stay tuned. Alright, so let's talk soap molds. Once you decide that you want to go ahead and maybe test your hands at making soap, you're going to have a lot of options as far as soap molds go. I want to introduce you to several that I use, and some conventional ones and non-conventional ones, or should I say traditional versus non-traditional. So initially, let's start off with the freebies, right? Or the ones that can pull double duty. You get to use it because you ate in it, or there was some food in it, you washed it and you looked at it and you were like, let me save that. Might be a container that I can use. That's exactly what happened to these. I have 2 Pringles cans. My little girl gets these from time to time, and I washed them really well and saved them because I've used these to make soaps in, and I'll insert a picture here so that you can see exactly what the soap will look like. So you don't need to go out and purchase some of these other ones that I'm going to show you. You can, like I said, let your grocery bill pull double duty. When you buy something, keep in mind that you might want to make a soap or two, and you have something that can contain the soap and insulate the soap and be used as a mold in soap making. So I have these 2, and these make a beautiful round soap. Now, one thing about using containers like this is you want to make sure that the container can take heat. You have to check on these things to make sure that it's safe. Alright, so these are like the non-traditional, but they can definitely produce a bar of soap for you. Or a sample. If you want to just sample out a recipe, then this is a small enough portion to make where you don't have to use so much product, and you can get away with giving it to your family or allowing it to set and cure, and you get to see. And another idea is utilizing PVC piping. Now, I had this one cut. My dad cut this one for me a couple of years ago or so. I have like 3 or 4 of these. When I make a huge batch of the round soaps, this is what I use, and all it is a piece of PVC pipe the size that I wanted, and I've already calculated how many ounces of oils that I need in order to produce a soap to contain this volume. So this is definitely another option. And you know what? Don't discount the PVC thing. Don't be hesitant about it, because PVC piping, when used correctly, can also be used as an embed for a loaf soap. So these I would consider the non-traditional soap molds these days. Also, let's talk about melt and pour again. Earlier we did a video, or in another video I talked about the melt and pour base that you can use. Anytime you're using the silicone molds, melt and pour, cold processed, even hot processed soaps, if you're fortunate enough to be able to get it out of that crock pot, you can use these molds to do that. But personally, my preference, I find that the melt and pour and the cold processed soaps work beautifully with these types of molds. And as you can see, these are bigger than the normal embed, so you can be very creative painting on the colorant as an accent on the inside of the mold, and then pouring your base, your soap base, on the after that to catch all of the detail that the mold provides you. And it's very pretty, very, very pretty. I think I have several more that I want to show you, like this one, the heart. Everybody knows Valentine's Day is right around the corner now, so that's an option for melt and pour real quickly, and you can be as creative as you want to be. I bought this owl mold. Be as creative as you want to be, you know. This would be something that I would gift to the studious person, or teachers. Teachers love owls because owls are very wise creatures, so they say. And kingdom, well, to me it represents the kingdom. I love the crowns. I've used this mold repeatedly for shampoo bars. This is what I always tend to go to because they're crowns, and it just makes sense that you would use a crown for something that pertains to the crown of your head. And then I also have this one. My brother gave me this one, actually. Easter eggs. Asked me where did he get it from. I don't know, but for some reason he thought that I would want to have this, and I actually like it. So it's like around Easter, for those of us who celebrate the holiday Easter. This is something that will be very pretty, even if you don't celebrate it. I think it's just beautiful to have a different selection of products if you're going to cater to the public. Now this is a specialty type mold. These are silicone cake pans, but you can make cake soaps. This is for a specific bridal showers, wedding gifts, for your soap cakes. And these are the, I think these are 8, no, might be a little more, like 6 or 7 inches. These are for making cake soaps, and I have 3 of these, but these are additional molds. When you get better doing the cold process soaps, then you might want to dabble in making cake soaps. And my suggestion is don't let your client or customer slice that cake. Have it already sliced, pre-packaged, and in the cake format like that. So because this thing is going to get super hard, you will not be able to cut it, and you don't want them chipping away at it. You want each person that gets a slice or picks up a slice of soap cake to have their soap all be the same size. All right, and I have these are cubes. These are the little cubes, and on one of these I did, yeah, on actually this one I did it where I can string the rope for the rope soaps in the silicone mold, and because it's silicone, it secures, it comes right back to where it doesn't matter, it's not gonna leak, it never leaks, and it makes a beautiful cube. And these make beautiful little gifts for kids who give you trouble to bathe, because when they see something like this, a cube on a rope, I mean, they don't complain to go in the bathtub any longer because they think it's a toy. And so it gets to pull double duty. And now let's talk about these. Now you see these, I actually love these. I bought these from Crafter's Choice. I think all of them. It could be not. I'm not sure. If I can find the old orders, I'll definitely link them below. But if you're making a sample size and you don't want to pull out one of these things, this is perfect. It's perfect enough to just pour like a 1-pound batch of soap, and this is it. And you can slice it, and you get to give it away if you don't want it, if you don't like it, you know. But the reason why I like these molds is because you can do the cold process, oven processed method in soaping. And basically what that is you're forcing the soap to go into gel stage instead of waiting for that process to happen. You're forcing it along, and it cures the soap quicker. And so it might take like a week or so off of your cure time, and I really like that. I bought this one, actually I remember, I bought this one from Brambleberry because it came with this tool, and it allows you to place the dividers in different areas, so that way you can be creative with your soap design if you should want to do that. So the reason that I invested in these were because of the different processes that I can perform in this beautiful silicone. I can do the cold process, I can do the hot process, I can do the cold process, oven process. I can also do the melt and pour. I can do anything with these. These are so beautiful. I love these. All right, so we have all of these different molds, and there's some that I haven't shown you yet, and you will see these. Let me make us some room because they require an additional part. You'll notice that all the soap molds that I've shown you so far, they're like maybe 1 or 2 pieces, but they're very easy to manage, and you know, they're not that cumbersome, so to speak. But now this is a handmade mold. I made this one. This was probably my first mold that I did make by hand. I really don't like it that much. I don't use it at all anymore. I've used it in the past, but I don't like this one. I kept it so that I can always remember where it came from. Basically, I would have to line it with a with freezer paper, and then I would come back and pour my soap and then wrap the soap. I couldn't put like a high top on it or any as far as building up the top, because I wanted to make sure that I could insulate the soap without damaging the beautiful decoration that would be on the top. And so I would have to use these afterward to make sure that the towel would be secure enough because of the process, right? You want your soaps to have a gel stage or a gel phase. Just wanted to share that with you. And this, once again, handmade. I did not purchase this. Handmade. This one is handmade. And you can see that it's taken a lick. I wanted a longer loaf mold. Melt and pour embeds on top of the soap immediately. Processed from the cold process soap. It had so much heat still left in it that it melt my melt and pour embeds, and this is what happened. This is how overspilled. And so I don't use this one empty. I used to wrap it with a with the same thing, the freezer paper, but I don't. I ended up ordering from Brambleberry, unbelievably, this mold, and it fits and I like it. At the end, I'm not sure if you can see that here, I'll push here. There is a bit of a gap here, but what I tend to do is I'll take clothespins and I'll just put it in the corner, so this way it doesn't bow the soap out like that. I don't have to worry about the deformity in the mold base itself. Now that I've shown you this, those were the only two that I had that were handmade. So you don't have to go out and buy this stuff. You can go to Home Depot, Lowe's, one of the big box stores, get some lumber and throw this stuff together. It was very, very simple to do. But Brambleberry makes these silicone molds. Now you'll search the internet and you'll see that there's people complaining about these. I've never had the experience with the other mold that Brambleberry did sell, and it's not that big of a deal for me, but I must say that I appreciate having a liner, not having to line my mold repeatedly with freezer paper. So I really like that part. This mold particularly, I do use it. I still use it because of the liner. Now the next two, let me set that here. These two are from Brambleberry. Now Brambleberry, Anne Marie, I really love her. I really adore what she's done. I really like the mold. First of all, it's the same insert for all three, so, and it comes out very easily. As a matter of fact, whenever I have soap inside of the mold that's sitting in, what I do is I release the mold like this. I pull the back side off, and so what happens is it breaks that suction, so to speak, and I'm able to just push my soap out ever so gently, and it comes out super easy every time. Never messed up a loaf ever. So, and it's really simple to put back in, and that's a done thing. And so you also have this option. You can consider this option. Initially, none of this stuff was bought immediately. This is over time. I worked with these for a long time, the two that are handmade, and then one day, this is about 2 years ago, I found this. What it is like an old wine bottle, like the packaging for a wine bottle, and I really liked it because of the detail, the character, and I could easily do something with this, and voila, and I was able to make my own mold utilizing something that was crafted for a different idea. Now this, the insert is something that I made, and that is a whole process in itself, but I'll show it to you. And it does require that I use these clamps, those paper clips, and this is the mold that was handmade. The insert that was handmade, not the mold, and it works. I mean, I don't have any leaks. The only thing is this process is very time consuming. So yeah, I hope this video was beneficial to you. If you have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. I will put as many links as possible to as much of what I've shared with you today. If you're interested in purchasing any of this stuff, check in the description box. Thanks for watching. As always, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.